Well, I'm going to try to tell you this one, and a lot of you are going to think I'm nuts, which might be the case. But I wouldn't put it past the realm of possibilities. But boy, last night I was having the weirdest dreams, and I don't know if they were. I don't know if when you get the weird dreams, you wonder sometimes, are they real? Are they ethereal? Are they not real? Just something, a little figment of your imagination that your brain concocted in the dark? I don't know. But now I sleep in the bedroom. Sandy, for her back, likes to sleep in the living room on the floor. She has like a little bedroll, and it helps her. If she tries to sleep in a bed, she's walking around the house the next day like, oh, okay. Me, I like a bed. I like some blankets, and I like to sleep. But last night I must have been in the middle of some kind of ethereal swarm, is the best I can say. There were all these like lights in the room, like picture like something about the size of a chicken egg. Not a chicken egg, let's say smaller than a chicken egg, but egg shaped, and kind of goldish in color, floating around the room. And in some cases, there was a lot of them. Now they didn't. If they got near you, they didn't hurt you or anything, but they were like just like that. And there were, I think there were even smaller lights, like what you might see on a Christmas tree, again swirling around the room. Now, I've had such things happen. I mean, I think probably all have. Uh, I would think, visitations from one thing or another in the night or even sometimes during the day. But this was amazing. Now, beyond that, they seem to be basically, if I understood it right, they seem to be giving me the thought, not necessarily anything you could hear with your ears, but the thought that you would feel that, hey, you're doing okay. Like this stuff. Keep it up. Uh, we like how you're going, and then buzzing around some more. And it was not like I was being told, hey, you got 2 days to repent, pal, or else. Or no, it was like you're coming along. You're doing all right. But at least I think that's what it was. It's sort of one of those things where you feel like you're doing okay, but you wonder. It was like I didn't necessarily know what their language was, what their thoughts totally were, but yet I felt that there was encouragement in how life was setting up for me, or how it has gone. Uh, but boy, no, maybe they'll come again and explain it a little better. Or maybe I'll see something today that puts it all in perspective. That perhaps, but it was, and I would assume there's many of you have had similar visitations, things that come to you, perhaps a relative who has passed, um, perhaps an angel. I know I've had. I know I've done the video of it where this big light came into the room once, and just in the it was kind of like a round ball of light, but flat, so it was circular, not round, and it's just looking down at me saying, "Hey, you're doing okay." Like that must have been a Brooklyn angel. It had to be an angel because all she could see was this brilliant white light all around, almost like a flower would be. And in the middle, where the pollen area would be like in a daisy or some such thing, was these eyes looking, and they looked just kind of like that, in this circle, and but you couldn't see it. You could just slightly see a mouth move, much like my beard is. Yeah, and mostly it was big, brilliant eyes, lots of light, and just a little bit of a mouth saying, you know something, you worry too much. Cut it out, like that. And it's now go to sleep, shut up. Must have been a Brooklyn Angel. Or a Navy chief. Could be. But it's interesting. That was quite the visitation. I honestly don't know what to make of it. I'll try to. Well, I just didn't know what to think except to lay there and watch it. Didn't seem to mean any harm. Certainly wasn't terrifying, but it was there, and again, more encouraging, I would say, um, than than anything to do with, say, punishment or hey, you got to shape up, that kind of thing. It was just hey, how you doing? Yeah, that kind of, yeah, kind of, not necessarily a pat on the back, but not necessarily a kick in the rear. Yeah. Just a presence, I guess, wanting to make itself known. I have absolutely no idea totally what it might have stood for or meant, but I thought I'd get this out while I could. And I have to get up to work. And I imagine I'm either going to be pushing carts or in the frozen food locker. Talk about scary places. That frozen food locker, I always worry, just as long as I can get out of it, I don't mind. Well, you get locked in that thing. Well, I guess there must be an off switch. It'll take a long time for that thing to warm up. In any case, enough of my baloney. I could have just, maybe I ate the wrong thing for supper and I had a really weird, wild dream. But it was not a frightening dream. It was, what's this kind of dream? Best way to put it. Anyway, I'd be interested to hear if you have such things. Yeah, you can post them, write them if you want, on into the what would I call it, the where you can write into these videos. I'd love to hear what you might have to say, but it was very, very fascinating, and no, not scary at all, not scary at all. There was certainly no feeling of something awful coming for you. It was more something coming to help you out somehow. Is the best I could say. So, you ever see something like that, they aren't always fearful, miserable things coming at you. They're quite often good things coming to you. Quite often. I guess not always, but quite often. I'll see you later. God bless. You know what? Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. So be it. I'll see you later, friends. God bless.